everyone, this is Maki. Today we are going to analyze the combat skills of Lunamaria Hawk, the ace pilot from the Seed series. We'll dive into the final battle of the Seed Freedom movie. Lunamaria takes the stage piloting the Impulse Gundam Spec 2. This time, we'll focus on her battle while equipped with the full silhouette. We've already covered the Blast Impulse and Sword Impulse battles in previous episodes. Feel free to check them out if you haven't already. In the Blu-ray bonus feature Neumann's Voyage Log, there's a depiction of Shin and Lunamaria working hard at their daily training under Kira's command. This battle also clearly shows Lunamaria's growth through training under Kira. Hit the subscribe button now and unleash the full silhouette. Lunamaria's final battle begins. Lunamaria attaches the full silhouette to the Impulse Gundam. She then renders forces with the Destiny Gundam to recharge. It may seem like a subtle detail, but making contact with another object while moving at high speed through space is extremely dangerous. Scenes of warships exploding after colliding with floating spacewalks are common. In this scene, Shin and Lunamaria are moving at maximum speed to evade pursuit, but they immediately slow down to synchronize with their allies. Such rapid acceleration and deceleration puts an immense strain on pilots. In 0083, veteran pilot Bunning experienced a phenomenon called red out. This occurs when blood rushes to the head, causing the pilot's vision to turn red. As a coordinator, Lunamaria may be less susceptible to the red out phenomenon, or she may be able to control sudden braking while enduring the red out. Let's take a closer look at the movements of the Destiny Gundam and the Impulse Gundam. The Impulse Gundam does not activate its engines. For mobile suit pilots, mastering the use of thrusters is a critical skill. Excessive thruster use will deplete fuel. Losing mobility on the battlefield is tantamount to death. Therefore, not only in the Seed series, but in all narratives, effective thruster usage is one of the most important skills for pilots. When Lunamaria meets the Destiny Gundam, she barely uses the thrusters. You can only see a small burst of flame when their arms make contact. On the other hand, the Destiny Gundam activates its wings of light. Powered by a nuclear engine, the Destiny Gundam can generate infinite energy, allowing the laser-based wings of light to function indefinitely. However, such powerful technology requires exceptional control skills. During the rendezvous, the Destiny Gundam uses both the wings of light and its leg thrusters to slow down. It's clear that Shin is accelerating at full speed to help Lunamaria, while at the same time performing delicate deceleration maneuvers. The Black Knight Squad once remarked Shin doesn't think in battle, but this scene demonstrates his incredibly precise piloting. If he performs these maneuvers unconsciously, it can only be described as genius. When Impulse Gundam and Destiny Gundam make contact, small sparks appear near their arms. Upon closer inspection, the sparks appear on the outside of the Impulse Gundam's shield. With its phase shift armor down, the Impulse Gundam's ability to absorb physical impact is reduced. By using its shield to absorb the impact, it prevents damage during contact. In contrast, the Destiny Gundam uses its arm for contact instead of a shield. With its phase shift armor active, the Destiny Gundam can ignore the impact. Its arms are so durable that they can collide with enemy armor and fire beam cannons from inside. This short scene is incredibly fascinating, showing off Shin and Lunamaria's piloting skills and the different characteristics of the Impulse Gundam and the Destiny Gundam. Once the deuterium beam energy replenishment is complete, the two Gundams immediately begin evasive maneuvers. An enemy beam passes dangerously close. It was an incredibly tight supply operation. As discussed in the program analyzing Shin's combat techniques, the Destiny Gundam keeps its head turned toward the enemy even while evading. You can almost feel his anger at having his time with his loved one interrupted. Agnes appears at the controls of the Gion Storm. She crosses paths with the Force Impulse in mid-fight and raises her beam rifle. Both pilots control their stances as they aim at each other. At this moment, the Force Impulse's railgun goes first, but the Gion's beam fires first. A railgun, which uses electromagnetic force to accelerate and fire metallic projectiles, seems to take more time to fire than a beam rifle. Neither shot hits its target. Agnes is skilled enough to be personally recruited by Shure to prove her abilities. While she is no match for Lunamaria, she remains a formidable opponent. Also, a closer look reveals that the Gion's beam rifle fires twice in this scene. The sound of a beam rifle firing can be heard twice. Lunamaria stops firing after a single shot, while Agnes misses both of her attacks. Lunamaria has made the decision not to take any unnecessary action. This small detail highlights Lunamaria's superior decision-making speed. The Gion's shield collides with the Force Impulse's shield. This begs the question, why doesn't Agnes use the Gion's shield's built-in rotating mechanism? By using the rotation mechanism, she could potentially deflect the Force Impulse's shield, pushing it outward and exposing the cockpit to attack. Earlier in the story, there's even a scene where an enemy is destroyed along with its shield by such a maneuver. The reason for this remains unclear. Perhaps the shield was damaged by the Sword Impulse's attack. Later in the scene, the Gion's shield is shown to have a significant scratch. It's possible that the rotation mechanism was damaged as well. Or could it be that Agnes, having lost her composure, simply forgot about the spinning mechanism? This aspect is left to the interpretation of each fan. Let's also look at the difference in posture between the Force Impulse and the Gion. The Gion stretches its arm straight forward. The Gion is absorbing the impact with just its arms. In contrast, the Force Impulse bends his elbow, using his entire arm to absorb the energy of the impact. The performance of the mobile suit makes up for the difference in strength between Agnes and Lunamaria. A closer look also reveals a difference in engine output. The Gion emits flames over a belly-wide area. In contrast, the Force Impulse produces narrow flames. By concentrating its thruster power in a limited area, the Force Impulse seems to counter the Gion's power. It reinforces the notion that the Gion is in fact more powerful as an advanced mobile suit. Despite her delicate maneuvering, Lunamaria loves a playful complaint that Agnes you've been stealing other people's lovers forever. The contrast between advanced piloting techniques and trivial bickering makes for an amusing scene. The scene shifts here. After Shin destroys the Black Knight squad, we return to the battle between the Force Impulse and the Gion. The battle has moved near the moon's surface. Perhaps Lunamaria's actions were intended to lure Agnes away from Shin. While Shin and Agnes do not have a particularly friendly relationship, they were classmates at the same officer academy and have fought as allies within the campus. If Agnes were to attack Shin, it could cause him to hesitate emotionally. To avoid such a situation, Lunamaria may have deliberately led Agnes away from the area where the Destiny Gundam is fighting. Of course, it could also be a more personal motive. Lunamaria might not want Agnes, who insulted her boyfriend, to come near him. In the novel adaptation, Agnes is asked by Withered, "Can you fight someone who used to be your ally?" Lunamaria may have sensed that Agnes was being watched by the Black Knight Squad. By gradually stripping the Gian of her weapons and isolating her from the squad, Lunamaria may be trying to help Agnes escape. Of course, this is all speculation on my part. What do you think? Why did Lunamaria let Agnes closer to the lunar surface? Could it be to recreate the same setup as the final battle in Sea Destiny? That would be the most plausible explanation. The Force Impulse and the Gian cross paths, slashing at each other with their beam sabers. Once again their beam sabers and shields collide. The Impulse Gundam is 18.88 meters high, while the Gian is 20 meters high. It's interesting to note how accurately the height difference between the two mobile suits is depicted. Agnes laments, "Why do things never go my way?" She then tells Lunamaria, "You're with a worthless man you don't even like, yet you get preferential treatment." This ties into the central theme of Seed Freedom: is love something you have to qualify for? Agnes believes that only those of exceptional ability and worth are qualified to be loved. Lunamaria, enraged, fires back with a railgun, shouting, "I like him." Her railgun shots hit the Gian's shield exactly twice. Remember the earlier part of the battle? Lunamaria missed her first railgun shot and immediately stopped firing. Agnes, on the other hand, wasted 2 shots. Lunamaria has the resolve to stop an attack the moment she deems it futile. In this scene, however, she deliberately lets 2 railgun rounds hit the shield. This action seems less like a calculated military move and more like an act of frustration aimed at irritating Agnes. Agnes, stand retort, "Do you really like that monkey of a man who lives on that mountain?" Lunamaria blocks the Gian's beam gathering down with her shield as she charges forward. This is the same maneuver she used in the Sword Impulse battle. By advancing while subtly shifting her body to the left, she moves out of the beam gathering's line of fire. Lunamaria has observed Agnes' habit of locking her line of fire after confirming the beam's impact glow. This tactic is somewhat reminiscent of the scene in Char's counterattack where Amuro defeats Gus. Guinea had a tendency to be distracted by objects that came off enemy units during battles. Amuro, who had noticed this habit earlier in the story, took advantage of it during the final battle by releasing his weapon and shield right in front of Guinea. Distracted by this move, Guinea momentarily lost sight of Amuro's new Gundam. In the next instant, the new Gundam's beam rifle destroyed Guinea's Yakto Dugger. The ability to observe and exploit an opponent's habits is a hallmark of ace pilots. "I'm his girlfriend because I love him," Lunamaria shouts as she lunges at Agnes. Agnes yells, "I am worthy of being loved by others." But Lunamaria dismissively replies, "So what?" before launching her attack. The Gian tries to strike with his beam saber. This scene also highlights the skill gap between Agnes and Lunamaria. The Gian's movement is straightforward, simply swinging her saber downwards. The Force Impulse, on the other hand, hides his saber behind his shield. In addition, Lunamaria charges forward with a compact stance, as if anticipating the trajectory of the Gian's saber. This poised stance is in stark contrast to the Gian's almost rigid, upright posture. This can be interpreted as Agnes losing her composure, while Lunamaria remains calm and analytical in battle. The vulnerability of the Gian's cockpit is another notable detail. Agnes has abandoned protecting the cockpit. The force impulse acts faster than the Gian can wield its beam saber. Lunamaria destroys the Gian's arm and backpack thrusters. This strategy of targeting weapons and engines while passing by is reminiscent of Kira's fighting style with the Freedom Gundam. This moment shows Lunamaria's growth under Kira's training. Also noteworthy is her ability to destroy multiple components in a single attack, a testament to her advanced skills. Such a precise and high-level attack suggests that targeting the exposed cockpit would have been far easier. However, Lunamaria chose not to attack the cockpit. Although Lunamaria didn't consider Agnes to be a good friend, she seems to have valued her as a classmate and spared her as a gesture of respect. Even after disarming the Gian, Lunamaria remains vigilant. Agnes has lost her composure, and despite the Gian's diminished fighting ability, there's still a chance she'll retaliate. Lunamaria attacks with the chest Vulcan pistol. The first shot hits the waist armor, but she adjusts her aim to fire a round directly into the internal mechanism of the thruster. This causes the Gian thruster to explode violently, sending it crashing to the moon's surface. The Gian's backpack is extremely durable. In the battle at Eldo, Hilde's Gian withstood numerous rocket attacks and continued to fly, even dodging the blast of a nuclear missile. It's a testament to the backpack's toughness that only precise targeting of its weak points can destroy it. Lunamaria successfully landed precise Vulcan gunshots into the interior of the engine, inflicting critical damage. From sniping nuclear missiles to defeating numerous enemies with the blast impulse to accurately destroying the Gian's thrusters, Lunamaria's exceptional shooting skills are prominently featured in Seed Freedom. Interestingly, the Gian's backpack appears to function as a detachable unit similar to the silhouette system. It's possible that an emergency system is built in to automatically eject damaged equipment. This theory is supported by the fact that while the backpack exploded, the Gian's body remained intact during the crash. The final attack could indeed be seen as an act of mercy by the goddess of the moon. And so the battle between Force Impulse and Gian Storm comes to an end. We've seen plenty of evidence of Lunamaria's extraordinary skills. From synchronizing relative speed with the Destiny Gundam during their rendezvous to the precision required to destroy an enemy's arm and wings in a single strike, her piloting shows remarkable finesse and advanced techniques. This growth is undoubtedly the result of Captain Yamato's gentle yet demanding guidance. In Seed Freedom, all the silhouettes of the Impulse Gundam had their moment to shine. The fact that almost every weapon was used made it all the more exciting. While it would have been exciting to see scenes with the beam javelin or the anti-armor knife, the limited running time of the film probably made it difficult to include such moments. Let's look forward to more of Lunamaria's adventures in the future. Thank you for watching to the end. See you next time.